That is the sound of the jar of names which are broken. There we go. Let's pick out a name. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Spudley Dudley. Right, so welcome to a cup of tea and a podcast. This is the cup of tea. And this will be the podcast. Right, so as the sun rises on the day of me recording this, I will say there should be, maybe not just yet, but there will be a skip list in the comments, which will allow you to skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's question, and this week's goals. But let's start with the update. So we are still behind, hence why we've got the 6th, like the podcast that's supposed to be out on the 6th, out on the 17th, hopefully. Yeah, so that's not great. Obviously, we're a bit behind, but we are doing pretty well. Well, I say we, I mean me, but I'm doing pretty well with catching up in terms of all the things I've edited. But I'll talk about that later in the goals section. Sorry, but yeah, that's not too bad, and I can put it this way: it's so close. I know where the end is now. I actually know, which is great, which would be fantastic, and then we can start obviously getting some stuff done. Main thing that I'm going to be doing after I've done that is I want to do everything. Not restarting. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to rethink everything, change up the fundamentals of what we do. Podcast needs a lot of work done to it. Let's Plays aren't too bad at the moment. Maybe just tweak them a little bit just to get more of a structure within them rather than just hectic mayhem, which they are at the moment. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I want to do. I want to sort of revamp everything, make it all a little bit better, sort of attune it. What I might do, and what you might see down the line, is I might send you guys some messages, like people that I know watch regularly, and just see what you want and what you like from this sort of stuff, and see if we can go from there. Do a little bit of research to actually find out what it is you like and what does bet well and stuff like that. So, do I start doing more newer releases and older releases at the same time? Was that a good idea? I think it might be personally, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go on to this week's topic now then. So these are the names of this week's videos. I say this week, might not be a week, we'll find out. But today we've got the podcast, that is what you're listening to right now. Hello, podcast. And then later we'll have a Dishonored video called Good Night, Lord Regent. Yes, because obviously we say good night to the Lord Regent. We take him out non-lethally. Is that the right word? Lethally? Lethally? Lethal? Sounds like a name. Right, lethal? Yeah, right. Lethal? And then after that, we'll have a Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones video called Difficulty Ensues, because it starts to get a little bit tricky. And then we'll have a Dishonored video called Pub Crawl. Probably think what happens. If you know the story of Dishonored, you know what that means. And by crawling, I do crawl. And then we'll have a Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones video after that called No Law, because I'm absolutely annoyed that there's no Sand Law. Spoilers. There's no Sand Law that I like, about stuff like, the Sands of Time were created for this reason and this reason. It's like, I like that. None of that. Absolutely none of it. And it's a bit poop. Although I will say, I've finished recording Prince of Persia now then, and after this next week will be the last week of Prince of Persia stuff, so you might see the last couple of videos, probably next Tuesday time. What time is that? 21st time? Should know that, that's when my hand-in's due. But yeah, and then after that we'll have a Dishonored video called All Washed Up, which... I always feel like there's a lyric from Sorry for something, but I can't think of it. The tune is like, all washed up. No, I think what I'm thinking of is All Grown Up With You, and it's like the Rugrats older version, when they were older. I think it's from that. All Growed Up or something. It's like All Grown Up. I think that's where I get it from, that tune. But yeah, that Dishonored video, obviously it's the direct stuff which happens after the pub crawl. So if you know the story and you know the levels, you know what's going to happen, because we're in a very specific district. Think about it. All washed up. Anyway, that's that. So, if you haven't noticed as well, a couple of events you haven't been uploading on there. I'm just going to stop doing that and just redo it. Q2. So obviously April, May, June is when I'll start up again, just so that this channel's all caught up and then I can focus on that channel, because I don't want to push everything out that I've missed on the other video, on the other channel. I'm just going to do it properly, nicely, make sure everything is purposefully made, which is what I want to do. So just in case you're wondering, that's what I'm doing. Okay then, so Q&A, let's go on now. No, it's not Q&A, that's later on. Although speaking of that, we are going to go on to the community section now then, so we're going to go on to Mention Monday. So these are the people that commented on the video since the last podcast. We only have a few, since it was not that long ago the last podcast was. But this week, we thank you very much to these individuals who commented. We thank Spudley Dudley, Horia, and DragonLord55511. So thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you very much for bearing with me in this troubling times. Oh, Winston Churchill, my face is now on a £5 note. Yeah, thank you very much. And let's go on to the Q&A then. So, Spudley Dudley says, you can see me in water, but I never get wet. What am I? So see me in water, but I never get wet. See, I would say oil, but technically oil doesn't go in water. It sort of hovers above it or below it, one or the other. I think it's below it. But that's me getting really technical. You can see me in water, but I never get wet. Ooh. I have no idea. I don't actually have any idea. I'm very bad at these sort of things. No, I'm not. I'm afraid I don't know. You see me in water, but I never get wet. No, no idea. I'm afraid. I apologise. But then we have one from Horia who says, "Name that movie." With help of his colleagues, a wealthy business tycoon makes a full recovery and tries for a second time to fix a mistake he made. Right, okay, so this, I nearly missed this because it was put in spam folder and I had to sort of like find it through different means, and it's really weird to find this comment. But there was a link on the video, on the comment as well, that said about what it is. I think it is what it is. I don't think it was another hint. I think it was the actual film it was, which was like Dragon Ball Z. Which I wouldn't have got. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z. It's never really appealed to me. It's not my sort of thing. So I never would have got it for that reason. I was thinking more along the lines of like Iron Man, but then with the help of his colleagues, it's like, But yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I never would have got Dragon Ball Z. I've never seen it. I think I did like once or twice, but it's never been my thing. I'd be more Pokemon and other stuff. But yeah, that's what it was. Right then, well, let's go now on to subscribers. So last week we were at 1,289. Now we're at 1,288. So we've gone down one name. And I say last week, it was not last week, it was the other day. But yeah, so that's that. And we've got no new names. Now we're going to go on to question. Last week's question was about the video length. What video length would you like from videos in the future? Like, how would you like how long a podcast, how long is it going to be a gaming video, that sort of thing. Now, the schedule we got from Horia, who suggested the schedule, was about the new thing on Monday, then gaming videos on the Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and then the couple adventure on the Friday, which I quite like that schedule. I might stick to that, to be fair. But this timeline that everyone seems to like might actually fit it, because Spudley Dudley says gaming videos will be 45 minutes long, which is good, because it's more extended, which is good. So that'll be shorter video, there'll be less videos, but they'll be longer, which I think is probably going to be for the best. Podcast videos, 15 minutes, which podcasts won't really be around when this sort of kicks in. It'll be a different type of video, but 15 minutes for those is quite a good time for what I'm planning on doing. And a couple of adventure at 10 minutes. Like, I never usually go over 7 minutes because I don't want to sort of do that. And I don't think I ever will go over that long, to be fair, unless I'm specifically doing something specific, like a podcast. Like, I might do might put a podcast up on there. Like, I think, do you know the conference call I did for E3? I'm going to do this year. But I might make that an actual podcast and actually have it longer, just so I can talk about it. But then it has to be like a proper podcast, like, a proper podcast, not just like not like this. This is not really a proper podcast. This is more like an update type thing, but still. And then DragonLord55511 says a long list of things, but in section 2 he says, I would like longer podcasts and gaming videos. It seems surprising me that people like longer podcasts, because I think they're more. Because I think at the moment, I know they need redoing, so I'm thinking, they're not that exciting. But it's surprising that people want longer ones, which is very strange. But yeah, I've just really talked about the podcast a second ago, so I won't do it again. But that's what I'm thinking. But the longer gaming videos, I think I can get behind. I'm thinking like 45-minute, minimum, like to an hour. I think that'd be a good time to sort of do. That'd be a good thing to do for when I go to uni and start a new schedule. I might even start it now just to see how it fits in and stuff. We'll see how it goes, but I can do them at the moment, so it's not a problem. But yes, anyway, so now we're going to go on to this week's comment, which is not comment, it's this week's theme, because it links in with a question, because that's why it's a theme. Basically, Horia said, points go to Gryffindor, and then I commented saying Ravenclaw, because I've never done the Pottermore the Pottermore thing, but I know I'm definitely a Ravenclaw. Like, everything about me screams Ravenclaw. But yeah, so that's what my question. This week's question is: it's what Harry Potter house are you in, either through Pottermore or what you feel like you are for yourself? Like I said, is Ravenclaw. Is Ravenclaw. I don't know what you would be. Let me know. Okay then. But that is it. So we're going to go on to goals now then. So the whole editing process of me editing like 2.5 videos, a week's videos last week, I did. And then obviously it was going to be to edit the rest this week, which I have actually done. I've only got 3 episodes to edit now, which I've only got 3 that I can edit now, which is Dishonored, which is great because I'll be able to do that today, even if it's not this morning. I'll do it after college tonight, and it's like fantastic. So it's going to get done. Then once that's done, I just need to get everything uploaded, which is going to be a problem because I have to obviously render stuff, and I ain't got much space on my computer, so that's a problem. So that's why it's going to be next. Oh wait, yeah, that's why the podcast for the 13th, which is the one that should be out now, will be uploaded on. Hopefully, I'm going to try and say the Monday or the Sunday. I'm probably going to do it on the Sunday. That's when I can do it next. And then the next podcast after that, which should be out on this Monday coming, it'll be out on the Wednesday. So then obviously, hopefully, we'll be all caught up by next Wednesday/Friday, which is good because that is the plan. And like I said, everything's ready and just ready to go. The only things I've got to do is the podcast, which I've just said when I'll do them. And because that's this week's goal, to get the podcast out on at least Monday and then Wednesday for the next one. That's the plan. But yeah, everything's ready to go. I've just got to render it out, and which I'm doing when I can, and it's like the only thing is the podcast, which I can do when I just said. So hopefully that'll work out, but we'll see. Then after that, we'll be able to focus on getting the details done and all the, stuffs, like the lists of the skip list in the podcast, and then hopefully we'll be caught up, and then we can sort of revamp everything, because that's what I want to do. But that is it now then, so I guess I'll go back through what last week's what film was. So what it was Anyone Can Cook, which I think I might have done before, but I'm not sure. But the person who got it right was Dragonaut55511, who was in point. I think it was in section 5 of his long list of things. But I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I think that's right. But yes, so now I'll finish this cup of tea, which I've just pretty much still started, to be fair. So I'll just have a little bit more of it. I'll have some of that, but that's this podcast done then. So, I guess that's about it. So until the next time we meet, I'll say farewell. I don't know when the next time will be, if it's going to be Dishonored or Prince of Persia, and then obviously I don't know what you watch. But that'll be that. I'll see you in the next podcast as well, which hopefully will be out on Monday, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so until the next time, farewell, and I'll leave you now with what film? You'll be in my heart from this day on, for now, forevermore.